Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey and what you're meant to hear today. Oh my goodness, you guys, I just want to share a little bit about yesterday and Father's Day and what a great family day it was. There were so many hysterical and cute little moments. I never laughed so hard and had such a great time. I was in actual paradise, I swear. We went to one of our national parks, and it was so breathtaking from the moment we got there. There was this huge man-made pond with a fountain in the middle and people could swim in it. Just beautiful swing sets as you entered the park, big playing fields, and then you just walked into like a wooded wonderland where we were just under this deep, rich green canopy, and it was so peaceful. And then we were by this river. We saw beavers and turtles. It was amazing. And I came upon my kids, my little Habitans, in the Shire, sitting on a rock by the river, singing Danny Boy and then a little French lyric and all these things. So I was filming them unbeknownst to them, and I wanted to cry because it was so sweet. I'm like, when did you guys develop this a cappella group that I didn't know about? They don't even live together. They're young adults. It was hilarious and sweet and so touching. And they were laughing and running and playing, and they were going on swings. And it was like just this youthful exuberance to be outside. And it was beyond beautiful. And it reminded me of the Stardust Angel, where the real magic is in nature, is in family, is in, affirming how healing and great nature really is. I mean, we can just change the coordinates of our day by just stepping out under a tree and just listening to the birds, listening to nature. And then afterward, we went out for a nice meal to everybody's favorite place. And it just, from start to finish, the day was absolutely heaven. And with this, it was constantly affirming and thanking the universe with so much gratitude. I was totally awake and present. I felt connected to every moment. I felt like I had everything that I needed right now. I wouldn't have wanted to be any other place with any other people. It was truly, truly amazing. Now, you guys, I know some people are having, moments, because I feel like at kind of like the beginning cycle of summer where everything gets going, we definitely feel, and I'm just going to pull a tarot card too to get us going. Yeah, look at this Knight of Swords. We have all these ideas of places we want to go and things we want to accomplish. And, I myself personally feel guilty when it's gorgeous out. If I'm not outside and spending the majority of the day outside, I just will look out my window and I feel like, oh, I've got to get out in that mix and that beautiful air. So listen, I want you guys to have the passion and the action and the energy and the inspiration that it takes to go out and seize the day in one way or another. Just start small. I'm going to step out and go for a walk around the block, or I'm just going to stop on my way home from work at a park or a beach for 5 minutes with a coffee and just ground and listen and feel beautiful and feel connected to this gorgeous earth energy. Changing your environment. I'm serious. There's a card in the Self-Love Oracle that says, our environments support or undermine us. And when we give more attention to where we live, where we work, where we rest, where we play, we will create surroundings that support us, because we are influenced by our environment. And I know that if I'm just out in the woods, I feel clear-headed. I feel like grounded and secure and happy. And it also helps me conquer any little fears that come up. Have you ever just been on the computer too much and you're doing too much work, and these weird fears that are just based on illusions come up, and when we step out into nature, they kind of dissolve and disappear. And it's also a removal of all the toxicity too. Like, I feel like it just it vaporizes out in nature. And we need to pay attention to our physical and emotional needs, and nature is very curative for that and for us. Oh, look, we got, very, very nice. So let's tap into this amazing world of feeling connected and feeling loved and feeling embraced and feeling, I love this, very nautical, all wrapped up nautically, to remember, communicate our truths. Let's use our ideas. Let's get rid of conflict. Let's get to the emotional core of some of our relationships and how we can make them work better. And I posted a thing today on using your intuition, about how we can use our intuition. Number one is finding calm. That is kind of the seashell princess, just floating and looking for all the sparkly beauty and wonder that's out there. lowering our breathing until it's steady and like almost imperceptible, just really slow, really quiet, almost like we're sleeping. And then we receive the information without trying to manipulate it. It's just like channeled to us. It is presented to us. We're not trying to judge or gauge. We just, oh, so that's what it is. And then we allow our imagination to be free. Even if it doesn't make logical sense sometimes, we just let it be free and we let it see what's kind of presenting itself. Intensifying our attention towards the objective, then letting the mind flow. So I like this in terms of asking ourselves a question, whether maybe a job, an environment, or a person is good for us. Really, really, our intuition is key for this. So we also need to keep a balanced and healthy gut and diet, because if something's super acidic, if we are just infiltrating just fats and hateful garbage in our body, which I'm guilty. Yesterday, oh my God, I was like, we were at our favorite place and I was like, oh, you know what I need? I need these special sweet potato fries and a corned beef Reuben with every sauce. The lady started laughing when I gave her my list of sauces I wanted for dipping all the stuff in. I was like, I like ranch and blue cheese and Thousand Island, and she just started laughing. I'm like, yes, I am a health nut and I'm sticking to my guns. Then every once in a while, we just go on a mad treat. So also reducing external distractions to focus inward. Yes, we're all crazed multitaskers at sometimes. I'm so guilty of this. Even when I'm listening to my favorite readers, I'm like, oh, let me also answer emails. Let me listen. And then I'm like, you know what? I didn't even hear this. Let me just listen to my reader and focus on that. I get more out of it, that sort of thing. Most importantly, let's be grounded and present. What are we doing right now and how does it feel? By being grounded and present, we're not like having to pull ourselves back into the conversation to whatever we're doing. Have you ever, I remember one time doing needlepoint, and even though I was looking at it, my mind started spacing on something. I came back to the needlepoint. So not anything that made any sense. It was like I was just concocting whatever. I was just needle pointing, not in any lines, not in anything. It's like, even if we're looking at something, if we're not present, we're not seeing it. And if we're not present, we're not hearing it, feeling it, all of that. So this is the beauty of being present and also being grounded with this. And I feel like sometimes we just need that presence and deep listening. And then we have a little clarity in action. So let's define what we want to do. Choose one thing today you want to do and you would really like focus and follow through on, and make you feel good. For me, I want to do a little more organization in the office and get it together and listen to great music and feel happy and, feel like my office is comprised of a neat, orderly kind of space. So one little thing that you can just begin. I'm not saying you have to go start to finish. It's like just one little thing that will prop you up and get you on the right path and make you feel good. Again, like Colette Baron-Reed says, that proof loop, like you can trust yourself. Set a little goal, move towards that. It doesn't have to be completed, but you started in that direction. So good for you. Whether you want to start to spruce something up in your yard and you go online and you order like some nice things for potted plants, things of that nature, that is moving you in the direction. That's getting your compass, pointed to that north. This is where I'm heading, and eventually I will complete this. Makes you feel good about that and knowing that you can do that. So you guys, share any fun Father's Day stories down below. Something about your father that you love or loved in their time. My father has passed on, and his birthday is in a couple days, and I'm going to do something really nice. I think I'm going to go back to the river where the kids were hobbling it up, and we're going to make these little boats with wishes and dreams and hellos to both my mother and father, and celebrate them. What is something that you did on Father's Day that just made you feel good? Or are you a father yourself? I'd love to hear. So that's what you're meant to hear today, my beauties. Thanks so much for tuning in and your lovely comments and listening. It just means the world to me. So I am now off to have a nice little quiet meditation session out in my yard and breathe in the day. Mother Nature has been just a very loving character in my part of the world, and the weather has just been utterly divine. So I'm going to go soak some up. So love and light.